All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. Are you ready for some high-speed action tonight? Let's step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Gotham Hills. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Sim Racing Mania swoops into Gotham Hills tonight for stage number 5 in the 2020 SR3 Cup season. 2 25-minute races at a very, very challenging road course. A lot of room to move here, but don't forget about the hill. Well, it's live here on TurnLeft TV. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's get it on here at Gotham Hills. Like I said, a lot of room to move here at Gotham Hills, but a very, very challenging track. You have to be up on your game. It's going to be a fun one tonight here in Sim Racing Mania at TurnLeft TV. Thanks so much for coming in, joining me here on TurnLeft TV. Right now we are in the qualification session here at Gotham Hills. Like about 7 minutes left, just under 7 minutes left to go in the qualification session. Andrew Quartley, top time 140.356. Thomas Golab currently second on the grid. Cristiano Magri, Paki Caruso, Giorgio Borghi rounding out the top 5 here in the qualification session. Well, this is a fantasy track here in rFactor and then subsequently rFactor 2. There's a number of different configurations, but we're going to choose this is the C configuration, I believe, 3.146 miles, 5 kilometers in length, and I think it's somewhere around 14 turns. This is not an official, like a real track, so I had to do my guesses on that one. But Gotham Hills tonight, and should be a fun one. Going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. Thanks so much for coming in to TurnLeft TV. Tell you what, man, we are winding down the schedule here in this SR3 Cup. 4 races under our belts. Race number 5 tonight, and next week the finale at Donington, crowning the champion. Sim Racing Mania's SR3 Cup. So, man, this could be a pivotal race here tonight. We've got a change in the leaderboard, and a lot of people swapping around a little bit. But this could be a big one here tonight at Gotham Hills. So, 2 races in store for you. Under 5 minutes left to go in the qualification session. And we'll take a look at the points standings. This is crazy close. Take a look at the standings here. This is the top 20. Cliff Vandeven, 356. Paul Holt in second. Tony Jansen third. Andrew Holm sits fourth in points. Andre Rosu is fifth in points. You see Pim Van Ark and Massimo Martin, Thomas Golab, Mauricio Pettinati, and Joe Watts rounding out the top 10. Looks like I got a Dino Faldetta fan in here. Rocco joining us in the chat. Thanks so much for coming in. Rooting for Dino Faldetta. I guess we won't hold that against him, but good to see you here, Rocco. Yeah, he's getting their picks in now. I want to thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on the YouTube channel, TurnLeft TV. Always appreciate folks coming in. I want to say peace to everybody. Hope everybody is staying safe and maintaining their sanity. That a sim racing never hurt anybody, huh? Nah. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. Just give it a little tap there, a little love tap, and you'll get updates when races are coming up. And when videos have been uploaded. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeft TV, you can click on that link up in the description or up in the banner of this channel and make a donation right through PayPal. Thanks to all those folks who have supported TurnLeft TV by donating to through PayPal. Greatly appreciate that. And then if you like, you can hit that thumbs up button. Share my videos with all your friends. Let them know what's going on. Anywhere you can share YouTube videos, you can share my videos. I encourage you to do so. And thanks to all the supporters out there who come by week in, week out, sometimes multiple times a week, and support TurnLeft TV. So, Mirko, is he rooting for Packy? Andrew Quartley right now holding on to that top time. Very solid effort there for Andrew. Take a look at Cliff Vandeven here. Expect him to be a contender here tonight as well. About a minute left here of the qualification session. Don't forget, tomorrow night we got the first race of the season in the Ironman Racing Series. 107 laps from Eagle Creek. That is Kentucky. It's coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here on TurnLeft TV. Live, some stock cars in rFactor 2, and you do not want to miss it, man. These guys just flat out get after it. Coming up tomorrow night right here on TurnLeft TV, the Ironman Racing Series. Last week, man, I'll tell you what, Cliff Vandeven took that win in race number 1 at Streets of Adelaide. Big win there in race 1. Had a little trouble taking a screenshot for that guy. He did a great job. And then coming back in race number 2, winner of that race was Pim Van Ark. So last week at Adelaide, 2 winners, Cliff Vandeven, Pim Van Ark. Can they do it again this week? Well, I'll tell you what, if there are any 2 drivers out here that can do that, win back-to-back like that, week in, week out, and that would be Pim Van Ark and Cliff Vandeven. Those guys, man, they have shown a lot of muscle here this season. Take a look at Chris Vaca, finishing up his qualification attempt. Andrew Quartley looks like he's going to be P1. Thomas Golab P2. Mauricio Pedinati P3. Paul Holt, Fabio Zerbeto, Chris Vaca, Cristiano Magri. Oh, look at that. Chris Vaca jumping up the 7th place there. Chris Vaca out in 8th. I think about Tommy Jansen is 9th. Cliff Vandeven is 10th. On Hill, Sancho finishing up his lap there. Looks like he's qualified to P26. All right, I think these guys will be switching over to the warm-up session here. Just a few minutes in warm-up, and we're going to make it happen here. 2 races tonight. Two 25-minute races. The top 10 for race number 1. Invert the field. And I'll tell you what, that race number 2 is going to be wild. It's going to be a great one. 2 great races in store for you. So it looks like they got a 10-minute warm-up session in store. Coming up on Friday will be at Talladega Super Speedway. Some Super Speedway stock car action. High Octane Racing League's Bushwhackers Series. Race number 9 in that 2020 spring season. 2 25-lap heat races and a 50-lap feature race. Racing starts about 8:45 Eastern Time. 3 races in store. Talladega Super Speedway. That final race at 50-lapper is going to start about 10 o'clock Eastern Time. So they are not out of the realm of possibility on those heat races that really don't mean anything, that they may end up cutting that second one short just to make sure that they start that 50-lap feature race on time. So some super speedway action coming up on Friday. I think I'll be racing in that. I think I'm 5th in points right now with that Bushwhacker Series on Friday nights. Doing some racing. Not just broadcasting, doing some racing. First few races I did from the cockpit. Did in-race commentary from the cockpit, and man, I tell you what, it is it's hard to drive and chat at the same time. It really is, man. You concentrate a lot better, obviously, if you're not flapping your gums. So I decided to put the broadcast duties down while I get in the car and race. Good release for me on Friday nights. If you'd like to race with me, come on out and join me. Love to have you. No password on that. Make sure the schedule's coming up here. So we are on April 21st, the 5th race of the season, Gotham Hills here in the SR3 Cup. One more race to go after that. Take a look at the side-by-side, make sure that's working okay, and I think it is. Looking pretty good. Thanks so much for coming in. You can contact me if you'd like to get a hold of me and do some broadcasting work, whatever case may be, just to say hello, say any suggestions you may have. You can follow me on Facebook at TurnLeftTV1, Twitter at TurnLeftTV, and then there are my Discord addresses right down there. If you want to send me a message on Discord, that's the way to get a hold of me. And I would encourage you also to click on the link in the description of this race and follow that to the Fanatec website, and give those guys a look if you're interested in spend a little money and getting some racing equipment, maybe a direct drive wheel or wheelbase, wheel rim, something like that, some pedals, V3 inverted pedals. Give those guys a look and follow that link too. That would help me out a great deal. Thanks to all those folks who have followed that link and also made purchases too. Greatly appreciate that. It's about 6.5 minutes to go here in the warm-up session. All right, looks like about 3 minutes left here in warm-up. Lively chat going on. Look at that. Javier Conti joined us. What? Broke the wheel? Oh, no. Let's pray. Dino says, let's pray. You go ahead. It's going to be a fun one, man, with that hill. He's jumping that hill, leaving the ground. Might even get a, as I was saying in the Discord chat, that I might be able to position the camera where I actually get a pretty clear shot of the undercarriage of your car when you come over that hill. Well, I guess guys are probably going to back off just a little bit so that it doesn't get airborne. Like I said, you could always have requested more ballast in your car. Two minutes left to go here in the warm-up session. Again, thanks so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Thanks to all the support, all the new friends I've made too, man. These guys at Sim Racing Mania have been just so welcoming. They can't be out here. They get in and participate in the chat. And, you're talking about a ton of guys out here tonight, too. 33 drivers here tonight. This is going to be crazy. Great participation. These guys got some great stuff in store to you, too. So be on the lookout. It's going to be some fantastic stuff coming your way at Sim Racing Mania. Just under a minute left to go. Andrew Courtley is the top time here in the warm-up session. He's P1. For race number 1. Tell you what, who's shown a lot of speed here today is Cristiano Magri. He is P2 here in warm-up session. So he's showing some muscle here today at Gotham Hills. Well, boys and girls, I think that'll just about do it for us here in the warm-up session. So we're going to make it happen now. All right, race number 1 headed your way. 2 races here today. Andrew Courtley going to start in P1. Thomas Golab, where you at, man? He's supposed to get there in P2. He's supposed to be in that box right there. Where's he at? There he is, Thomas Golab, P2. Mauricio Patinati is going to start in P3. P4 will be Paul Holt. Pim Van Ark going to start in P5. Fabio Zerbeto will start in P6. P7, Cristiano Magri. Starting in P8, Chris Vaca. P9, Tony Jansen, Cliff Vandeven. Rounding out the top 10, you see Pocky Caruso, Peter Lane, Giorgio Borghi, Marco Lucido, Michael Brooks, Massimo Martino, Lorenzo Finetto, Andrew Holm and David DePoli and Fabio De Amora rounding out that top 20. So these guys are going to go park it in the parking spot and start from a standing start. So it'll be a wild one going into turn one, that's for sure. 25-minute race here at Gotham Hills. This track's a wild one, so better hang on, man. This car might get airborne. So fantasy track here in rFactor 2. I think it was originally an rFactor 1 track, but nonetheless, going to give it a whirl here in rFactor 2 with the Sim Racing Mania Radicals, the SR3 Cup. On board here with Andrew Portley. See coming down that final little jog there before he gets to the grid. We have got to be able to get rid of all those camera angles except for the one I want right there. See, I want to be able to do that. Just get to that one right there and that one. All right, Gotham Hills here. .33 drivers joining us. These guys might be lined up around the turn right there as they find their pit box or their starting boxes, grid boxes. Does look like that is going to be the case. So here we go, 25-minute race here at Gotham Hills, race number 1. It's going to get good here. Here we go, boys and girls. Race number 5, 2020 SR3 Cup season. Tell you what, man, Andrew Portley did not get off to a good start there, and he lost a ton of positions. Look at that. He is in a hornet's nest right now. Holy Toledo. He is in a hornet's nest, and we've got a pile up here in the first turn, and looks like a barrier's come over. Andrew Portley, he has lost a ton of positions. Thomas Golab jumped out to the race lead. That was not a good start for Andrew Portley. Back to the 12th position. Paul Holt shown in second. Get out of the back of Thomas Golab's machine at Paul Holt. And I tell you what, man, there is a lot going on back here. With Massimo Martin running in the 11th position. Out of the front of his machine. Those guys go up the hill, and you better be ready to leave the ground here. Ooh. Like being on a roller coaster. Pocky Caruso, I think he might have come around here. Let's take a look and see what happened to Pocky Caruso coming around the turn. Oh, little bit of contact right there. A little bit of contact. Those guys are in the tire, in there in the fence. Pocket Caruso in the fence. Chris Vaca in the fence as well. Holy Toledo. Fabio De Amora. Osni Cordoso. Battling for position. Oh, Fabio at the top of the hill here gets a little bit loose, and there Dino Faldetta caught up in this as well. Dino Faldetta's in this. Angel Sancho's in this as well, but Fabio got to the top of that hill and lost the back end of that car. Take a look at Paul Holt here as Tim Van Ark and Paul Holt. Paul Holt comes off track. Tim Van Ark gets by. Now in the second position. Take a look at Massimo Martin again here. He is back in the 26th position, so lost quite a few positions here. Cristiano Magri and Giorgio Borghi battling for a position right here. This is for the 8th spot. Cristiano looks like he has that spot, so good pass for him. Tim Van Ark is the race leader, and I don't know, man, what happened to Thomas Golab? It looks like he's lost some spots here. Take a look and see here. Here's Thomas Golab. Whether he's lost his connection or what, but we're missing him. He's gone. What happened to him? He lost his connection. So Thomas Golab lost his connection, and he was the race leader. My heavens, Tim Van Ark, the new leader. Paul Holt is second. Mauricio Pettinati is third. Connie Jansen, Cliff Vandeven battling for a position. Take a look and see what happened to those guys. Having a good battle here. Cliff Vandeven and Tony Jansen. Oh, man, Mauricio Pettinati as well. Tony Jansen comes around. He's in the grass. So, I'll tell you what, I think, see Mauricio Pettinati. Tony Jansen just almost runs over Pettinati and then comes off track trying to keep from getting into the back of him. Tim Van Ark now has Andrew Holm in front of him. He's trying to get around Andrew Holm. See Tim Van Ark still running behind Andrew Holm here. Looking out of the front of our race leader's machine. Andrew Holm here shown in the 8th position, so I'll tell you what, Tim Van Ark. Trying to get around there. He's not the race leader. I take that back. That is actually for position. That is for the 8th position. Got a little bit lost there for a second. So much going on here with 33 drivers, but good battle there between Andrew Holm and Tim Van Ark. Take a look at our side-by-side view. Get a good feel of what's going on there out of the front of Tim Van Ark's machine and Andrew Holm. Andrew Holm's here starting to walk away a little bit from Tim Van Ark, so opening up a little bit of a gap there. Forget about Michael Brooks. He's in this mix as well. He's shown in the 10th position. So a good battle there. Tim Van Ark and Andrew Holm. Michael Brooks. Paul Holt is the race leader. Cliff Vandeven is shown in the second position. Mauricio Pettinati is third, and that is a mess right there. Mauricio Pettinati, Cliff Vandeven. Look at that battle between the two of those guys. Andrew Courtley trying to bounce back. He's back up to the fourth position. He is taking no prisoners right now. He's wanting to get back to that front. He's trying to make a move on Pettinati here. Going to be a right-hander. Pettinati on the outside of this turn. Look at that, Cliff Vandeven in his mix as well. Good three-way battle there. Four-way battle. Cristiano Magri in this mix. Get out of the back of Andrew Courtley's, Mauricio Pettinati's machine. That's Andrew Courtley. Andrew Courtley was shown in the fourth position on board here with our third place car. Good battle right there. Man, that is a good 4-5-way battle if you want to add our race leader, Paul Holt, in this as well. Might even be looking at 6 cars there. Peter Lane, he's bringing up the tail of this train. He's got Cristiano Magri looking on that low side. Cristiano right now shown in the 5th position. Some good battles. Man, that is a great race in there with the top 6. Take a look at 7th. Giorgio Borghi, he's climbing into this mix as well. He's climbing up onto the back of Peter Lane. Peter Lane in 6th. Giorgio Borghi here showing some muscle, and I'll tell you what, Andrew Courtley is now diving down to the inside line. He's going to try, that's the outside line. He's going to try to get around Pettinati here on the outside. Oh, Pettinati making a little contact with Cliff Vandeven. Said, hey, get out of the way, man. That has got to be a helpless feeling there. You're stuck behind the car. You can't move to the right there because you got another car in the way. When you're outside, and Courtley's going to pick up that position. Pettinati now going to end up losing another spot maybe here with Cristiano Magri. Good battle right there. Courtley and Magri and Pettinati all battling for a position. Pettinati now loses another spot. He is back to the 5th position. Cristiano Magri now moves up to 4th. Back here and look at that Cliff Vandeven. He's running in that 2nd position. Right now shown about 2.5 seconds down to the race leader, Paul Holt, with 15 minutes left to go in the race. 15.5 minutes. Now Michael Brooks here running in the 9th position, trying to close in on Andrew Holm, running in 8th. So Michael Brooks is shown about 8.5 minutes, or 8.5 seconds back. He has got Pim Van Ark all over the back of him right now, too. Good tight battle between the two of those guys. That is 9th and 10th. Get Fabio Zerbato. He's sitting back here, too, running in P11. Some good battle in here. Jordan Swartz, Pocky Caruso. Pocky Caruso, oh, little contact there with Joe Watts. And Pocky Caruso comes around. Schwartz trying to get around, but he overran that turn. He gets that spot, but something happened there with like some contact. Pocky Caruso spun around. Take a look here. Joe Watts and Pocky Caruso. Pocky Caruso, oh, a little bit too much heat into that turn and gets into Joe Watts. And look at this, Swartz misses that turn, trying to miss those guys, gets off track. Pocky Caruso driving through the grass, trying to get that thing back on the racing surface. So just a little bit too much heat there for on board here with Pocky Caruso. Watch this, just a little bit too much heat into this turn. And contact with Joe Watts. Man, I tell you, Swartz did a great job of missing that as well. Kudos out to Schwartz on missing that. And look at this, Fabio Zerbato, Michael Brooks. Fabio off track, and Michael Brooks, I don't know what we're doing here with the camera angle here, but we got to improve that. Can't be looking down at my feet. Michael Brooks, Pim Van Ark, just ahead. Fabio Zerbato running in the 11th position. jumping the hill. Good pass here at Pim Van Ark and Michael Brooks. Michael Brooks goes a little bit wide, leaves a little bit of an opening for Pim Van Ark here through the S's. Pim Van Ark. Michael Brooks just now down there. Maybe missed that turn. Oh, a couple, that series of, that S series right there. Missed it just a little bit, gave up a spot. Massimo Martin, Angel Sancho. Massimo Martin on the inside here at the top of the hill. Those guys jumping over that hill. Massimo, did he jump over? Did he jump over his car? No, he didn't. That would have been pretty cool. Pocky Caruso. Jordan Schwartz battling for position. Pocky Caruso trying to get that spot back. He gets by. Give out Alexander Wilson back here as well. Looking out of the back of Pocky Caruso's car at Jordan Schwartz and Andrew Wilson. Alexander Wilson as the Alexander goes airborne there coming over the hill. Michael Brooks and Pim Van Ark racing for position. Oh, Pim Van Ark off the track. Pim Van Ark off the track. Michael Brooks going to get by. Fabio Zerbeto, he's trying to get by as well. So Pim Van Ark going to lose 2 spots as Fabio Zerbeto is going to get by Pim Van Ark there through the S's. Good battle right there. On board here with Pim Van Ark. You watch Fabio Zerbeto is on the outside of him and is going to get by. So Pim Van Ark tucks in. Now back in the 11th position. Andrew Hullum, Giorgio Borghi on the outside. Andrew Hullum on the outside trying to make it work, and he's not going to be able to pull off that pass right there, but he's got some steam coming up the hill. So good battle between Giorgio Borghi and Andrew Hullum. This is for the 7th position. Giorgio Borghi looks like he holds on to 7th, but Andrew Hullum really made a run at him, and I'll tell you what, I don't think this battle is over. I don't think this battle is over. We'll have to keep our eye on this as Peter Lane there misses that turn. Andrew Hullum almost gets him to the back of Giorgio Borghi. Jordan Schwartz and Alexander Wilson in battling for a position. Good, clean battle right there. Let's see Pocky Caruso in this mix as well. Good 3-way battle there. Oh, Jordan Schwartz heads up move, keeping him from getting into the back of Pocky Caruso, but he lays a little fender on him right there. Little bumper there from Jordan Schwartz. He's trying to get around Alexander Wilson. Excuse me, Pocky Caruso. Paul Holt continuing to lead the field. But I'll tell you what, Andrew Courtley is on the move. Look at that guy, man. That guy's running in the 2nd position. Remember, he lost a ton of spots on that start. Did not get off to a good start. Fell back to the 12th position, but now he has worked his way back to 2nd. And I'll tell you, he has shown a lot of strength here. Whether he's used those tires up or not, that is another question to be had. So Paul Holt continuing the lead, but Andrew Courtley is starting to reel him in. Cliff Vandeven shown in 3rd. Mauricio Pettinati's 4th. Cristiano Magri is 5th. Paul Holt, that car's starting to get a little squirrely on him. Is he overdriving that? Does he see in his mirror? And Andrew Courtley has worked his way back to the front. Looking out of the back of Paul Holt's machine at Andrew Courtley. I'll tell you what, it's one thing catching somebody, but it's quite another thing catching them and then trying to pass them. Putting them down, getting them behind you. Take a look at Mauricio Pettinati leading up this little crew here of 3 cars. Cliff Vandeven shown in 4th. Cristiano Magri is 5th. Mauricio Pettinati maybe open a little bit of a gap here, looking out of the back of his machine, and Cristiano Magri, Cliff Vandeven battling for position. That is for the 4th spot. And I'll tell you what, Cristiano Magri, he really, oh, look at that, heads up, airborne. They were airborne there, Cristiano Magri. Oh, man, he is hanging on to that thing, wasn't he? Running in the 5th position. We got a battle here for the race lead, I think. Paul Holt and Andrew Courtley now battling for the race lead. Andrew Courtley up on the outside line, and Paul Holt going to hold on to that spot, is he? Side by side for the race lead. Andrew Courtley and Paul Holt. Side by side still. Who's going to come out on top here? Looks like Paul Holt concedes and now going to fall in behind and see if he can't start working on the back of Andrew Courtley and get in his head a little bit. So Andrew Courtley, our pole sitter here in race number 1, back to the front. That Andre Rousseau here running in the 17th position. We've got somebody off the track there. It looks like Alexander Wilson came off track. Not sure what happened to Alexander. Take a look here, maybe just overran the turn. Just misses this turn, and that thing goes straight, and he's going to lose a position here as Andre Rousseau gets by, and Jordan Schwartz gets by as well. You see Massimo Martin. Alexander Wilson having a tough time right now holding on to that thing. Tim Van Ark, Lorenzo Finetto. Van Ark here now getting by Lorenzo Finetto for the 11th position. Now Pim Van Ark, I think he is falling back, trying to recover. He came off track here a little bit earlier. He lost that spot to Lorenzo Finetto, but was able to work his way back. So there's that pass. Lorenzo Finetto gets by Pim Van Ark. But Pim Van Ark comes back and gets that spot back. Tony Jansen, Mirko Lacido battling for position. This is for the 13th spot. Good side-by-side battle right there. Oh, a little bit of fender rubbing. Little fender rubbing there. Tony Jansen, Mirko Lacido getting after it. Angel Sancho and Valerio Margarito battling it out here. Valerio in that stripe car. You see Angel Sancho picking up that spot. Angel now in the 23rd position. Michael Brooks, Giorgio Borghi battling for position. Andrew Holm in this mix. Andrew Holm in the 7th position. Michael Brooks gets by. Shown in 8th. Start trying to climb up the grid here as Peter Lane in this mix as well. He's shown in 6th, so we got 6th, 7th, 8th right there. All battling for a spot. Alexander Wilson. Massimo Martin. Good battle there with those guys. Jordan Schwartz in this as well. I'll tell you what, man, that Andrew Holm, Peter Lane battle is heating up here. Andrew Holm down on the inside here in the turn with Peter Lane on the outside line. Andrew Holm, oh, swings that wide. Peter Lane going to do a little crossover move on him. Oh, a little rubbing. Coming to the top of the hill. Who's going to jump the hill? So Peter Lane jumps out to 6th position. No pun intended. Andrew Courtley now extending that lead to 1.6 seconds. Paul Holt in 2nd. Mauricio Pettinati is in 3rd. Cliff Vandeman shown in the 4th position. Cristiano Magri in 5th. Tell you what, man, these guys are just flat out getting after it right now. David DePoli, look at that heads up. He was airborne there. Hang on. It'll knock your helmet off. Oh, Richard Brooks and David DePoli get into each other. What happened here? Watch this, man. David DePoli going to fly around here and get around Richard Brooks. No contact between the two of them. And Richard Brooks keeping that car straight, but David DePoli having to things fixed up there. Peter Lane and Michael Brooks getting after it. Here's we're winding down the laps. Winding down the minutes here, I should say. Michael Brooks gets by Peter Lane. Good battle right there. Michael Brooks picking up the 7th position. Peter Lane falling back to 8th, and I don't think that battle is over. This thing's got some more life in it. I think Peter Lane and Michael Brooks. Don't forget Giorgio Borghi in this mix as well. About Ramon Cini here trying to get by Osni Cardoso. Osni Cardoso comes off track. Ramon Cini at the top of the hill. Oh, ramping it. As he gets by Osni Cardoso. Andrew Courtley continuing to lead, and man, he's got a pretty comfortable lead here with about 2.5 minutes left to go. So he's showing some muscle here in his first race out this season. And I'll tell you what, really showing some muscle, because don't forget, on that start, he really got snookered and lost 12 positions. He started P1 and he lost 12 spots, and he has worked his way back up through the field and now leading this race. Tim Van Ark here trying to pick up some spots. Look at this, man. This is a log jam here. Massimo Martin. Excuse me, that's Fabio Zerbato. Tim Van Ark. Peter Lane. Giorgio Borghi. All having a battle here as we wind down these laps. So see our race leader coming around through the S's. So a minute and a half, a little under a minute and a half left to go. Guys are trying to get what they can get. Canelo Mastro here trying to finish it out. He is a little bit, oh no! He runs it a little bit wide in the grass, and he's going to miss the turn. Yeah, trying to get that car straightened back up, but I think we had some more shenanigans going on too. And Canelo Mastro having some issues here, I think. He comes off track. Fabio Zerbato. Giorgio Borghi, Pim Van Ark, all three-way battle here for the spot. And this is for the 9th position. I think we got a 4-way battle here. Looking out of the front of Fabio Zerbato's machine, and he's got nowhere to go, man. He's got, hey, you guys pick a spot here. That's what he's saying here. Pick a spot, get out of my way. Oh, no. Little wrecking going on there, it looked like. Not sure who got caught there, but see Pim Van Ark missed that turn. Andrew Courtley here is going to end up taking this race victory here. How about that? Coming up over that hill for the last time. Pim Van Ark had, he lost a ton of positions there. He is back to the 15th spot, I believe. So Andrew Courtley going to get a big win here. So good job to him. He's got just a little bit to go as he comes around that final section of the track. Andrew Courtley gets a big win here in race number 1. Paul Holt is going to finish in P2. Mauricio Patinati is going to finish in P3. Battle here for P4. Who's going to get it? Cliff Vandeven is going to get P4. Cristiano Magri, P5. Andrew Holm, Michael Brooks, 6th and 7th. Peter Lane trying to hold off a charge by these guys and get P8. Fabio Zerbato finishes in P9. Giorgio Borghi finishes in P10. So the winner of race number 1, Andrew Quartley. First time out, man. I know, I'm going to let you all around me, and then I'm going to lay the smack down on you. That's what he said. So Andrew Quartley gets the win in race number 1. There you go. That's the best I can do with that. Invert the top 10, so that means he's going to start in P10 for race number 2. You look at him. So race number 1 winner, Andrew Quartley. How about that, man? He starts in P1, falls back to 12th position, and then comes back and wins the race. Just rubbing your noses in it right now. So great job to Andrew Quartley. We got another race coming at you. These guys are going to do some inverting the field type thing. Let them get their work done, and we will try to keep you entertained in the meantime. I think these guys are going to get a few things straightened out here for race number 2. Don't forget 2 races today. Inverting the top 10 from race number 1. Race number 2 here at Gotham Hills. Another 25-minute race coming at you. Don't forget, tomorrow night we got a big race here for you. Race number 1 of the second season of 2020 in the Ironman Racing Series, rFactor 2 stock cars. And I'll tell you what, man, when you're talking about stock cars in rFactor 2, nobody, and I mean nobody, does it better than Stock Car Sim Racing. These guys have put on a great show, and the Ironman Racing Series is a perfect series for these stock cars. There's a tire rule in this series. They get 12 tires total throughout the duration of the race, and it's up to them how they use these tires. And I'll tell you what, with Eagle Creek, that's Kentucky. That track right there, tires could be a huge factor. So very interesting series. You do not want to miss it. It'll be live right here tomorrow night on TurnLeft TV. So it looks like switching a few things over here, and little warm-up session. No qualification session in this one because, well, I guess inverting the top 10. So they'll figure that out. About Andrew Quartley, he really showed some muscle in that race. I'll tell you, to fall back to 12th position and then work your way back up through the field and win the race against these guys. I mean, there's some flat-out gangsters in this series. Just can get in a car and put it anywhere they want to put it. So, big move there from Andrew Quartley on getting back to the front. Very impressive. Look at Joe Watts here. Thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeft TV. I am so honored that you would be here watching these races. I love it. I never thought in a million years when I started doing this stuff and I taught myself how to do this stuff that I would be having people actually come out and watch my channel. Crazy. I greatly appreciate it. I'm so honored that you would be here. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. Just give it a little bit of a tap there. And then you can also smash that bell beside the subscribe button and you get updates when races are going live. And if you'd like to make a donation, you can make a donation to TurnLeft TV by clicking on the link up in the banner. Make a donation right through PayPal. It is really, really easy. And hit that thumbs up button. Let me know how I'm doing. Share these videos with all of your friends. Help spread the word about TurnLeft TV. Look at Richard Brooks here. Had a chance to run a few laps with Richard last night and doing some IndyCar testing. About Ramon Seedy with about 6 minutes left to go in warm-up. Well, tell you what, man, we are winding down the season here at Gotham Hills tonight and next week, the final race of the season at Donington. Don't want to miss that one. That's going to be great. Great stuff there. Great track. Great way to finish out a great season. Take a look at our top 20 in points. Coming into tonight, Cliff Vandeven. It's on top there. Paul Holt just behind in second. Tony Jansen in third. Andrew Holm shown fourth. A tight battle between those guys. And then also Andre Rousseau in this mix. Tim Van Arndt, Massimo Martin, Thomas Golan, Mauricio Pettinati, Joe Watts rounding out that top 10. Coming into tonight's race. You know somebody I hadn't seen? Joost van der Sterren. I think he said he couldn't be here tonight. And that is a bummer. It was like seeing Joost van der Sterren out on track. Coming up on Friday, we'll be at Talladega Superspeedway in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Series. Friday night series there, 2 25-lap heat races and a 50-lap feature race at Dega. Talk about needing to find a partner at this race, man. You're going to have to work with a lot of other guys here and use that draft. Make sure you pit together so you get somebody to draft with when you come off pit lane. But should be a great series of races. I'll be in these races on Friday night, so if you want to come out and do some racing, give those guys a look. Get to compete against me. Take a look at Pocky Caruso. With 3.5 minutes left to go. Hopefully the stream is looking okay. We got some Luke Holm in here. Thomas Golem said he lost his connection, but he's going to be back on this one, right? Are you're not in this one? Hopefully he's going to be in this race. Take it Lorenzo Finetto. make sure our side-by-side's still working. I think it is. It looks like it is side-by-side, although we got one focused on the garage area for some reason. There we go. Still focused on the garage area, but we'll get the stuff off there. Give the opportunity also to do a little selling here as well. Selling the Discord channel. If you want to friend me on Discord or message me on Discord, you can message me at one of those two addresses there. Both those are mine. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at @TurnLeftTV or @TurnLeftTV1 on Facebook. And then also, I'd like to click on the link, the Fanatec link down in the description of the race. That would help me out. That's my unique link to Fanatec. So if you decide to buy something, give those guys a look. I'd greatly appreciate that. I've got the DD1 wheelbase, the BMW GT2 wheel rim, and I got the shifter, of course, and the V3 inverted pedals. And I tell you what, the pedals are what started it off for me. I could not believe how awesome those were, and then decided to save up my money and buy a DD1 wheelbase and GT2 wheel rim. Love it. Absolutely love it. Highly recommend a direct drive wheel if you haven't gotten one. Give those guys a look, man. Well, we got just under a minute left to go. Hope those guys are not... So what's that say? Fabio Casso. I don't know what that is, but I guess hopefully that's not cussing in Italian. Well, who's going to win race number 2? This is liable to be a wild one. Now, I'm telling you, I think, really think you got to look at Andrew Courtley. He's going to be starting in the 10th position because he won that last race, but he is, I think, likely to move up right through the field. So here we go, boys and girls. Race number 2. And inverting the top 10. Giorgio Borghi going to start in P1. Fabio Zerbato will start P2. Where's he at? Where's Fabio at? Andrew Holm P3. Michael Brooks P4. I see Andrew Holm, is P5 shown. P5. Cristiano Magri P6. Cliff Vandeman P7. P8. Mauricio Pettinati. Paul Holt P9. Andrew Courtley P10. Tony Jansen. Lorenzo Finetto. Marco Lacido, Joe Watts, Pocky Caruso, Massimo Martin, Alexander Wilson, Jordan Swartz, David Napoleon, Richard Brooks rounding out the top 20. Where you guys going, bro? So somebody having a sandwich back there? Put down the beer. Time to get after it. Time to get after it. Giorgio Borghi will start in P1. What? Yep, no more qualifications. I got somebody asking me that. No more qualifications. They invert the field. Thank you, Sim Race Go. What's that? SIC Race Go? Thank you so much for the compliments. Thanks for coming in. Keeping a lively chat going on. Giorgio Borghi We'll start P1. Fabio Zerbato, P2. Peter Lane, P3. Michael Brooks, P4. Andrew Holland, P5. Cristiano, Cliff Vandeven, Mauricio Pettinati, Paul Holt, Andrew Courtley. That inverted top 10. So no qualifications there. Looks like there was some question about that. Not in the second race. I think they take the finishing order with the exception of the top 10. The top 10, they invert those folks there from the finish of race number 1, and the rest of them get their finishing positions from race number 1. Now, I think the start of race number 1 was pretty clean for the most part. I mean, those guys, Andrew Courtley did not get a very good start, but they avoided him, got pretty safely through turns 1 and 2, and we had some shenanigans after that, but really a pretty clean start. Let's see if we can get a clean start here for race number 2. And thanks so much for coming in. This is TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. And we've got race number 2 here headed your way from Gotham Hills. Giorgio Borghi is going to start in P1 here for this race, as we try to position our camera the best we can. Fly our drone around. Here we go. Guys getting locked in here to their spots. 31 drivers joining us. We're race number 2. Thanks so much for coming in. Here we go, boys and girls. Giorgio Borghi did not get off to a good start there. He is now back to P5, and he's trying to hang on. Peter Lane got around him. My heavens, Peter Lane got a great start, but Giorgio Borghi, he has got a hornet's nest behind him. Cristiano, Magri, Cliff Vandeven, Paul Holt all behind him. Giorgio Borghi going to have to try to play catch up here as he's now in P5. Peter Lane, P1. Fabio Zerbato shown in P2 here on the start. Peter Lane there, got a new paint scheme, looking nice. Everybody pretty clean here so far. Everybody behaving themselves so far. Ooh, Dino Faldetta, it goes by there. Good little battle there with Dino Faldetta. Thomas Golab, I think, good battle on board here with Dino Faldetta. Oh, you see those guys leaving the ground. Dino Faldetta shown in 23rd. Guys trying to get things straightened out here. There's a lot going on here at the beginning of this race, that is for sure. Andrew Courtley, he is in the 8th position. Not gained a lot of spots here, but just behind him, Mauricio Pettinati, Tony Jansen. These guys running in P9, P10. Good side-by-side battle right there. Look at that, Andrew Courtley, he is in a hornet's nest too. Look at that, he's trying to get around. Tony Jansen, Paul Holt, Cliff Vandeven, Cristiano Magri. Mauricio Pettinati. So good battles going on here early on. Take a look at Michael Brooks. He's sharp. He's in P3. Good looking run right now for him. And I just had a feeling he's going to come prepared for this race, man. He's running in P3. George Schwartz here, he might have come around here. We'll see what's going on with him. Take a look and see what happened to George Schwartz. He might have come around. He gets off track there just a little bit. Oh, almost gets into the barricade, but he's going to lose a ton of positions. A ton of positions, my heavens. Tough break there for him. Mirko Lucido, he's come off track too. Well, he does not have a spoiler, so that car is not going to suit him, that's for sure. So Mirko Lucido, he had lost a spoiler there. Peter Lane continuing the lead as we watch Michael Brooks just out of the front of his car. You see Fabio Zerbeto, Peter Lane battling for position. This is for the second position. Actually, it looks like Peter Lane is in first. Fabio Zerbeto is in second. Michael Brooks third. Giorgio Borghi is in the fourth position. We'll take a look at Giorgio Borghi here running in P4. Cristiano Magri just behind, running in P5. There's another one of those guys driving on the wrong side of the car. Cliff Vanderven here running in P7. We've got somebody coming off track there. It looks like Fabio Zerbeto might have come off track. I'm not sure. With Fabio Zerbeto, and he's got a hornet's nest behind him. Looking out of the back of Fabio's car, he's in P2. Michael Brooks just behind in P3. And we've got a mess. This is going to get interesting here. Good battle here. Fabio Zerbeto, Michael Brooks, Giorgio Borghi, all battling for position. Cristiano Magri and Cliff Vanderven. Tony Jansen, I think, is in this mix as well. Look at that. Tony Jansen. Oh, Cliff Vanderven and Tony Jansen get together. They got together there. Tony Jansen and Cliff Vanderven got together. A little bit of swapping of some paint there, I think. A little swapping some paint. But Mauricio Pedinati and Paul Holt, good side-by-side battle between the two of those guys. Oh, some contact. Oh, some more contact between the two of those guys. Pedinati and Holt getting into each other. Oh, Pedinati gets punched into the wall. Pedinati into the wall, man. That got a little crazy right there. They were getting after it here. We'll take a look at this sequence again. Pedinati and Paul Holt started swapping paint, and I think Paul Holt just ended up giving him a little bit of shove right there in the wall. There's some contact. Paul Holt trying to hang on, but there's more contact right there, and then Pedinati into the wall. Andrew Courtley, Cristiano Magri battling for position. This is for the fifth spot here is Andrew Courtley. Gain that spot. Cristiano Magri up on the outside line. Courtley, I think, is going to have this position. Not without a fight, though. Magri gives him a good fight, but ends up not a good angle for him. But Cliff Vanderven and Cristiano Magri now battling for position. Cristiano holds on, and I'll tell you what, Tony Jansen in this mix too. Look at this. Oh, there's that contact earlier. Tony Jansen hanging on to that thing. How in the world? We hang on right there. That was some battling here. We're on board here with Tony Jansen. As he gets alongside Cliff Vanderven, he's going to get some contact. Watch this. He's hanging on. Look at that. Working that wheel. Hanging on there. Giorgio Borghi here. And, oh, Michael Brooks coming around. Michael Brooks might have came around here. As we hang on. Oh, there might be contact. Giorgio Borghi. Michael Brooks still swapping some paint. Still swapping paint. There's three wide. Andrew Courtley in this mix as well. They are three wide here. Something's got to give. There's no way that's going to last. That's not going to last. It getting too wide. Andrew Corley backs off out of that. But Giorgio Borghi and Michael Brooks swapping some paint. That is some good battling right there. Take a look at this again. See, Michael Brooks gets loose. Fabio Zerbato and Michael Brooks got together, and then Giorgio Borghi trying to get through. They're swapping paint right there. Michael Brooks trying to hold on desperately to that spot and not lose a couple positions. Andrew Holm and Alexander Wilson. See Andrew Holm here trying to pick up a spot. Get by Alexander Wilson. Good battle here. Andrew Holm gets by. Ooh, there, look at that. Tony Jansen getting airborne. Cristiano Magri off track. Tony Jansen going to get through. Oh, no, there's contact between the two of those guys. Those guys are sideways. Paul Holt's going to slip through. How in the world did Paul Holt get by? Holy Toledo. Watch this, going on board here with Tony Jansen. You see Cristiano Magri hanging on to that thing. Tony Jansen and Cristiano Magri slamming each other. And Paul Holt slips on through. Nice heads-up move by Paul Holt. Tony Jansen here. He's good side-by-side battle right there with Paul Holt as Paul Holt had gotten around Cristiano Magri. We'll take a look at this pass here. Watch this. Paul Holt's in the right place at the right time. Those guys getting after. Look at that. Cristiano Magri. How did he not wreck that car? And Paul Holt picks up that spot. Cristiano tucks in. That is a great race in there. Look at this. Andrew Corley, Giorgio Borghi battling for position. This is for the fourth spot. Andrew Corley, Giorgio Borghi. Good side-by-side battle there. Andrew Corley gets by. Giorgio sideways. Oh, he almost gets into Andrew Corley, but Andrew Corley picks up that spot now in fourth. Giorgio Borghi back to fifth. Paki Caruso. Ramon Seedy battling for position. Paki Caruso trying to pick up this spot. Gets by Ramon Seedy. Takes over the 19th position. About Dino Falzetta. Trying to pick up a spot. Oh, right there. Looks like Alexander Wilson got off track. I'm not sure what happened to Alexander Wilson, but he was off track. Something happened to Alexander Wilson. There was some contact, I believe, out of those guys. Alexander Wilson and Andrew Holm here. Let's see those guys battling up the hill. A little bit of airborne right here, maybe. No, they didn't get airborne, but they're side by side. Andrew Holm and Alexander Wilson. Alexander Wilson gets on that curb. He's okay right there. I don't see any problems with Alexander Wilson there, but I think Dino Falzetta ends up getting by him. Something's gone on with Alexander Wilson. Yeah, he might end up having some contact here with Andrew Holm. Side by side into the turn. Looks like everything's okay there, so I may have missed something, but I thought Andrew Holm here got sideways and came around. He's sideways right there. Wow, we got a battle for the race lead. Fabio Zerbato and Peter Lane. Look at that, Fabio Zerbato on the outside line showing some muscle here. He's going to try to get around Peter Lane, not able to pull off that pass. Peter Lane holds on. That is for P1. Michael Brooks in this mix as well. So Peter Lane holds on to that first spot. Fabio Zerbato gave that a shot. He gave it a run, and I have a feeling it is not over with. Fabio Zerbato is showing some muscle here. Michael Brooks here on the inside line. Michael Brooks going for a second position. Zerbato in that red and white car as Michael Brooks goes by now in P2. Andrew Corley in this mix as well. David DePoli here in the 20th position. Oh, man, he almost gets into Andre Rousseau. Did you see that? Something happened to Andre Rousseau. He came around. My heavens. Andre Rousseau came around, and we'll see what happened here. And I think he just misses this turn. Gets to the top of that turn, loses the back end of this car, and spins around. And he is lucky right there. Fabio Zerbato gets by. My heavens, that's a heads-up move. Excuse me, that was David DePoli. About this, Paul Holt, Tony Jansen, Cristiano Magri battling for position. Tony Jansen, oh, Cristiano Magri and Tony Jansen get into each other. Cristiano Magri might have given Tony Jansen a little kiss as he went by. Take a look at Cristiano Magri. Tony Jansen gets a little bit wide, misses that turn, and then a little bit of a smash right there by Cristiano as he goes by. Dino Faldetta and Angel Sancho with 11.5 minutes left to go. Dino Faldetta picking up a spot. Oh, he's sideways. Angel Sancho on the ball there and gets back by. So Dino Faldetta gets a little bit wide. How about this, Michael Brooks? Good battle here as Fabio Zerbato gets a little bit wide. Andrew Courtley and Michael Brooks going by. I'm not sure what happened to Fabio Zerbato, but he came around. Almost came around. He ended up losing some positions there, I believe. So Fabio Zerbato had lost some positions. I don't know what happened to him, but you take a look out of the front of Andrew Courtley's machine, and Fabio Zerbato gets off track, and Courtley's going to get by. Michael Brooks gets by. Giorgio Borghi looking to get by as well. He's not able to pull off that pass, but man, that was a heads-up move by Andrew Courtley and Michael Brooks. Look at this. This is a battle here between the two of those guys. Andrew Courtley, Michael Brooks battling for position. Michael Brooks on the inside line. And he's going to go for two. He and Peter Lane. This is for the race lead. Good three-way battle here for the race lead. Peter Lane holds on to that spot. Michael Brooks, man, he slung that car into the turn. I thought he was going to pick up that spot. Not quite as Andrew Courtley running in third. He is all over the back of these guys. Looking out of the back of Michael Brooks' machine. And now Andrew Courtley on the inside. Michael Brooks and Andrew Courtley battling side by side here. This is for the second position. Fabio Zerbato in this mix as well. And Andrew Courtley using some muscle to get around. Michael Brooks back to the third position. Fabio Zerbato in fourth. How about this racing right now? It just does not get any better than this. A little swap and paint. Swapping some positions. Miss a turn here, miss a turn there. Dennis Van de Ven, Richard Brooks battling for position. Dennis Van de Ven trying to pick up the 20th position, having a good battle here with Richard Brooks. Looks like Dennis Van de Ven's going to pick up that spot now up to the 20th position. Paul Holt and Cliff Van de Ven battling for position. This is for the 6th spot. I think Cristiano Magri is going to end up getting in this too. Oh man, was that a move right there? Cristiano Magri on board here with him as he loses a position there. It looks like, Paul Holt there loses a position to Cristiano Magri. Sorry about that. Tony Jansen in this mix. This is some great racing here. Pim Van Ark, man, he's trying to battle back Richard Brooks. Pim Van Ark here trying to get around. I would suggest that he's got a little bit of weight in his car from last week. What do you think? Look at this. We got a battle for the race lead. Peter Lane and Andrew Courtley battling for position. Andrew Courtley to the race lead as Peter Lane tucks in second. Cristiano Magri and Paul Holt battling for a position. This is for the 7th spot. We got battling all over the track here at the top of the hill. Looks like Cristiano taking that spot. Michael Brooks here trying to get by Peter Lane as well. So Michael Brooks having a good solid night here and a good battle between Peter Lane and Michael Brooks. This is for the 2nd position. Side by side in that battle there. Oh, in the grass. Michael Brooks in the grass. He hangs on. How in the world did he hang on to that thing? On board there with Michael Brooks, now P3. But things got a little chippy right there. little chippy between Michael Brooks and Peter Lane. Take a look at that sequence again. Coming up the hill. Into the turn here. Watch this, side by side. And I'll tell you what, Michael Brooks is going to run out of room as he's going to get shoved here into the off track in just a little bit. Not a lot of room there. Oh, man, he hangs onto that. Whew. That is a great some great racing there by Michael Brooks to hang on to that. Look at this, Paul Holt and Cristiano Magri battling for position. Cristiano on the inside there as Paul Holt on that outside line. Got Tony Jansen in this mix as well. Got 6.5 minutes left to go. Andrew Quartley is the race leader, and we've had some battles all over this track. Tony Jansen, Cristiano Magri battling. Paul Holt in this mix. And this is all for 6th, 7th, and 8th. I guess that'd be 7th, 8th, and 9th, I believe. Andrew Quartley here got a pretty good lead on the rest of this field, almost 2.5 seconds here as we got a battle for the second position. Michael Brooks, Peter Lane. Michael Brooks said, hey man, you shoved me off the track last time here. We're going to come back at you. Good drag race into turn one between the two of those guys. Peter Lane on the inside line. Michael Brooks on that outside. Oh, a little contact. Fabio Zerbato in this mix as well. And Michael Brooks comes around. Michael Brooks spins around. He got that gathered back up pretty quickly, but he gets another little kiss. He's trying to hang on here. They're 3 wide, and he has lost a ton of positions. He's now back to the 9th position, and that was some battling. Paul Holt and Michael Brooks. That was, Peter Lane and Michael Brooks getting together. Take a look at this again. There's going to be contact. See Peter Lane on the inside line. He kind of shoots that turn a little bit wide. Michael Brooks can't hang on and ends up coming around. And then he's going to lose some positions here. He's trying to get this thing dialed back in. And, some contact there. Tony Jansen. Watch this. Tony Jansen trying to get by here. You see Michael Brooks off the track, and there's going to be a little contact, I think. He slides in. It wouldn't be Tony Jansen. I think that might have been Paul Holt and Michael Brooks getting together here. Go on board. Oh, that was Cliff Vandeven. Paul Holt getting together. Look at that, man. That is just a parking lot of cars right there. It's a traffic jam. David DePoli here running in the 18th position, I think. Actually, he's going to get around Pocky Caruso and take over the 18th spot. Trying to work his way up through the field. Michael is on board here with Cristiano Magri. Look at this. He just heads up move there, go to the inside and get around Michael Brooks. Hey, what, man? This has been a busy race. I haven't had a lot of time to relax. My heavens, man! Just all chat under 4 minutes left to go as Andrew Quartley, who's showing some muscle here, got almost a 5-second lead over Peter Lane. Fabio Zerbato in P3. Giorgio Borghi P4. Cliff Vandeven shown in P5. We'll take a look at Cliff Vandeven. He's leading that little charge there, that third pack. Got Paul Holt just behind him. Tony Jansen, Cristiano Magri, Joe Watson, Massimo Martin rounding out the top 10. We'll take a look at Massimo Martin in that 88 car running in P10. Trying to close in on Joe Watts. Joe Watts just ahead. This thing has been action-packed here. Take a look at Paul Holt. Here running in P6. Looks like he's going to go for a race pass here. We're going on board here with him as he gets side by side. He's on that outside line here. He might end up giving that spot back. I'm not sure. It's side by side. We're on board here with him, but also looking at that trackside view. Looks like he's going to hold on to that spot. Go just behind him at Cliff Vandeven. his view here of that three-way battle. Good side-by-side action there. Who's going to give you the side-by-side but TurnLeft TV? You ain't going to get that anywhere else. Right here, TurnLeft TV, that's it. That's how gangster we are, man. Antonello Mastro. Oh, Antonello gets off track. Oh my God, he is hard into the wall. That car is hit hard. He hit a ton. My heavens. Antonello Mastro coming around and he hit hard. Michael Brooks, Andrew Holland here battling for position. Michael Brooks trying to bounce back. Remember, he was racing for P2 and got that car sideways, little contact, and now shown back in P13, so he's lost some spots. With about a minute and a half left to go, you see Pim Van Ark and Pocky Caruso battling it out. Good battle there, Pocky Caruso. Pim Van Ark on the inside line, now on the outside line. Now on the inside line. Oh, man. Tell you what, Pocky Caruso holds on to that 18th position. Pim Van Ark back to 19th. These guys getting after it, man. These guys are flat out getting after it right now. This guy's running away from the field here. And that is Andrew Courtley. He's having a good night and starting to run away from this field. 9-second lead for Andrew Courtley as we're winding down this race. He's showing some muscle here, about 30 seconds. This is definitely the last lap here for Andrew Courtley. Peter Lane shown in second. Fabio Zerbato shown in third. Guys trying to pick up their spots here. Take a look. This is Lorenzo Finetto as Massimo Martin goes off track. And Lorenzo Finetto going to pick up a spot there. You see Massimo Martin rejoining. So he got off track. As it looks like... Tell you what, man, Andrew Courtley here showing some big-time muscle. Had a pretty eventful first race. Had to start in P10 for the second race, but he came back and won that first race. He dropped back to about P13, P12, and then worked his way back up through the field and won the race. And now, working his way from the 10th position, he's going to end up winning this bad boy. So he's going to get two big wins here. As guys starting to wind down this race, this is the last lap. Coming off the last turn, and Andrew Courtley is going to get a big race win here in race number 2. So that was a big one there for Andrew Courtley, and he is celebrating that win. So great job to him. Get a little bit of a screenshot for him for victory number 2. Peter Lane finishes in P2. Fabio Zerbato P3. Giorgio Borghi finishes in P4. Paul Holt P5. Tony Jansen P6. Cliff Vandeven P7. Cristiano Magri P8. Joe Watts P9. And Lorenzo Finetto finishes in 10th. How about that, man? Just come out and just flat out spank the field in race number 2. Again, working his way up through the field. This race from P10. Now we can move that name, can't we? Can we move that name? Can we move that over where it's in the center? There we go. I know there's a setting in there that I got to do, but so a great job to Andrew Corley on a 2 wins here tonight. That's going to help his effort out, I think. So race number 2 winner, Andrew Corley. And driving back up through the field, very, very impressive. That was a great race, man. That was just action-packed. That thing just flew by for me. There was so much going on. Let's see if we can get this correct this time. What do you think? I think we can do it. So there's race number 1 winner. And there's race number 2 winner right there. How about win just come out here and win both these races at Gotham Hills? Why don't you just do that? So great job to Andrew Corley. Just a dominant performance here tonight, and way to sort of bounce back from the little bit of a disaster that was the start of race number 1. Come back and make some big time moves and get to the front. So we'll see. We'll jump up here in the Discord channel. I suspect there'll be some guys having some chats. Be my guess. Always a lively bunch in the Discord channel here. We'll talk to some of those folks. Make sure those guys are ready for Big Johnson to come in. Dog's barking, man. Can you hear my dog barking? Okay, we'll see if we can't get in here in the channel, have a little chat with some folks.
Good evening, all.
Hello. Good evening.
Is Heath around?
Yeah, he's in now. He's just getting ready.
Yeah, Heath always has to redo his button for some reason.
The game kicks him for no reason both times, just like last time.
He got disconnected, yeah?
He did nothing wrong. No, yeah, the game just kicked him for no reason. He was still chatting to me at the time. It was the game.
He has to sort it out himself.
What can he sort out? He did nothing wrong.
Oh no, I'm saying his PC, his connection, or whatever. I mean, nobody else got disconnected. He got disconnected twice last week and this.
It wasn't just. It was 10 other people last week, Dino.
Eh?
10
Looks like you're having a little bit of
last week.
Having a little bit of a chat in there. All right, I think I've got it. I don't know why I have to keep mapping a key, but yeah. Hey, what an interesting race, huh?
Hi, Heath.
How you doing, guys?
Yes. Hi, Heath.
Hi, Heath. Hi.
You're right.
Nice to meet you.
Well, I'll tell you what, I saw a lot of side-by-side racing, a little bit of contact just to make it interesting, but I really didn't see a lot of guys, having some accident that was terminal. It seemed like it was you're able to recover and maybe even work your way back up through the field. Talk a little bit about, guys, how your races went. Michael, we'll go ahead and start off with you.
Could you start with Fabio, please, or anyone else?
Okay. Fabio, go ahead.
Okay, so I first have to say sorry to Michael because my third position was due to a little touch on the first chicane. I don't know what happened really, but I noticed that Michael was too slow, and I wasn't able to brake. In fact, my left front tire were a lot for trying to don't hit him. And so this is a good result for me after a lot of difficulties, because I had some change in the setup of my wheels, pedals, and I had some difficulties to adapt to new setup. So I'm happy for this result.
How was dealing with the hill there? That's the sort of the elephant in the room, is talking about leaving the ground when you come over that hill. How'd you guys navigate through that?
You go, Fabio.
Sorry. Please, Michael, you're the answer, because I didn't understand well the question.
Oh, okay. Regarding that jump, in real life that would most likely kill the car, but for some reason rFactor takes that fine, so we just went for that flat out. You don't even lift anymore, and it's kind of weird to do it. It's a little bit arcadey, I guess, but yeah, it wasn't actually as much of an issue as I thought it would be, to be honest.
It was good fun for this car. The truck was okay, I think.
If I understand, okay, we are talking about the truck and the car adapted to this. I think it's a very high-speed truck, and it was very difficult to keep a constant pace, because a little error on some fast corner, you pay a lot of time. And about tire wear is same as other trucks. Strong brakes make scream at front wheels.
Well, for me, the jump was a little bit of fun there, but the corner after that was a little bit tricky. I think.
Yeah, I worked a lot on the setup for that particular corner, because the risk of lose the rear during the race was very, very high. So I prefer, for example, to use a little higher rear wing and manage some rear bump and rebound for keep us safe in that corner during the race.
Well, Peter Lane, Lorenzo Fanatec, you guys haven't had a chance to talk here yet. Talk about how the races or how the race went for you tonight. Go ahead, Lorenzo.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm very happy for my race, because it's the first time that I have a constant pace in both races, both race 1 and race 2, and first time that I finish also in 10th position, which is great. Luckily, Massimo Martin had made a mistake on the lap before the last during race 2, so I gained my 10th position. It was a little bit luck, but I'm very happy. Anyway, I saw that I was keeping the pace more or less of the guys in front of me. I was not able to reduce the gap, but they were always there, so I'm really happy. And about the jump, yes, it was fun. The difficulty was to land with the straight wheels. If I would have spin immediately after landing. But in the end, you get used to.
Yeah, the first race was the case of trying to dodge the carnage in the opening few laps. I think I managed to get up to P4 somehow, but then very quickly my front right was just dead, and I quickly started going backwards and just had to try and defend as strong as I could. I think I was quite lucky, to be honest, to keep P8 at the end. There was certainly, I think, another 4 guys behind me that were quicker. I think it was Andrew and Michael got past me for, I think it was 6th and 7th, and they just disappeared. I had no chance of keeping up with them. So second race, tried to focus on reducing the tyre wear and keep it smooth, and again, managed to get a good start, cleared the gap, kept it clean, tried to be smooth, but ultimately, not sure the name of the guy who won, but it was definitely far faster than I was. I know that me and Michael had a bit of contact. I'll have to review those later on. Trying to defend from these guys behind, especially when I think they were running a lot less wing than me. So Sector 3 was very difficult, but really enjoyed it.
I have to congrats with Peter Lane on the first few laps of race 2, because he defends very, very well his position. We had I tried different times to overtake him in the first chicane, but he was very smart. Congrats, Peter.
Yeah, Sector 1 was, going into the first few corners, I don't think there was really much chance to overtake that unless someone made a big mistake. So I just tried to make sure I backed you up into the guy behind you and tried to get a good exit. I think I was a little bit quicker through Sector 1, but Sector 3, you were just absolutely ballistic. I really struggled to keep you behind.
Well, there seemed like a lot of room to race here too, with a wide track. And talk a little bit about what it was like. I mean, I guess when you're running that lap, and maybe you do this at all your road courses, you've really got to think 2 or 3 turns ahead, thinking of where you're going to have a chance to be able to get around the guy, make that pass.
The track was nice and wide, but I think where it was difficult was when you're in a bit of a train of cars, was the dirty air. During practice you don't really notice it too much because you're kind of just hot lapping, but certainly in that first race, straight away you could really tell that it was difficult to overtake, even though the track was quite wide. So it was just a case of trying to keep it clean and keep it on the track.
Yeah, a lot of understeer I suffered on the second sector behind some cars, and that was, I think, the hardest part for me.
Well, you have Donington coming up next week to finish out the season. Any thoughts on that track, which will be the last race of the season here in the SR3 Cup?
Being a British driver, I suppose we can be quite biased and say that we're looking forward to it.
Never tried, so I will try next week.
Yeah, we're gonna try to beat some English guys there.
Michael, you got anything to say about that?
Yeah, it's quite a tricky track, especially the first sector. It's got like a long sweeping section right up to the crest of the hill, so I expect a few people lose their rear end at the top of that hill. And final sector should be good for overtaking. But,
Which configuration is it, Michael?
There's more than one. I thought it's just a normal layout.
As you're going down the back straight, is the final corner a chicane?
No, I think the final corner's a hairpin.
Okay, that's the GP circuit then.
The GP, yeah.
Well, this has been a great season. Michael, are you guys ready to talk a little bit about what's in store maybe coming up next season here at Sim Racing Mania, or are you not ready to announce that yet?
No, we announced it this week. Next season we're going to be racing Indy cars, which is a little bit different from this. But I know we've been consulting with you and just sort of learning ourselves about oval racing because we're all very new to this. So I don't expect to be the world's best oval racers, but we'll try our best and
just turn left.
we have a good race.
Yep.
It's harder than you think.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations, guys. Thanks so much for joining me here in the broadcast booth, and good luck to you next week.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Heath.
Thank you, Heath.
Thanks for broadcasting.
My
Thanks,
pleasure.
Heath.
Thank
See
you.
mate.
Glad to.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
All right, that is, man, we got some great drivers up here with us. Lorenzo Finetto, Fabio Zerbeto, Dino Faldetta, Michael Brooks, Peter Lane joining us. Man, I probably left somebody out, but that was awesome. I always love those folks coming in and sort of recapping, how the race went for them, and that was interesting. I love that stuff. Good insight. Kind of good to match up, what my observations were and see if those sort of jive with what those guys were feeling in the car too. But really, what two great races. I'm sure perspectives are what they are, with depending on the driver's perspective on where he finished in both those races. But as for a broadcaster and an entertainment aspect, I tell you what, that was just some fantastic battling. I really did not see some of the craziness that I've seen in some of these earlier races. Guys, while they maybe got a little bit of aggressive, took some chances, got into each other, I really didn't see a whole heck of a lot of catastrophic problems there, to be honest with you. It ended up being some really, really solid racing here at Sim Racing Mania at Gotham Hills in these radicals. And you got to really hand it to Andrew Courtley. Race number 1, he started in P1, but as soon as the lights went off and the start and gun went off, he did not get off to a good start and fell back to as far back as P12, I think. And then he slowly worked his way back up through the field and ends up taking the victory in race number 1. I mean, that is just a bold gangster move right there. Just a gangster move. Race number 2 started in P10 because they invert the field or the top 10 positions, and he worked his way back up. I told you at the beginning of that race, I said, I really think you got to watch him because he's already shown that he's got the muscle there to be able to work his way through the field, work through traffic, be patient, and get that car to the front. And that's exactly what happened there. Some guys were really getting racy, but he caught him, got around, and finished about 8 seconds or so ahead of P2. So a great job to Andrew Courtley, and really congratulations to all the drivers here tonight for putting on a heck of a show, man. That was awesome. Love watching these guys race and love broadcasting these races for them. A good 33 car field, and it was a lot of fun. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here at TurnLeft TV. We'll see you next time. I'm out of here.